All right, I am recording. Hopefully this will work. I'm truly hopeful that this will work. All right, and I can't trim it, so I should have been ready before I started to hit record. Apologize for that. Okay, we've been working on factoring in school. So um, I find the easiest way to teach it to kids is to do a T chart. That's what I call it. And this is probably bleeding through and making marks on my thing. I don't want to marks on my stuff. Oh, well, too bad for me. Sorry, now it's getting really annoying, I'm sure. Okay. Yeah, that's a cool decoration. All right, so let me start with a very simple and easy thing. 10 is my number that I'm going to factor. All you need from your house is something that's the same size. We have been using these little squares, but anything that is the same size. So you could do Legos, but don't have like a 2 Lego point with a 6. It needs to be the same size. So whatever you use, you could do M&Ms, you could do Cheerios, you could do Pennies, whatever you got that's the same size. So I'm going to count, make sure I got 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Nope, I miscounted. 10. Okay. So in teacher world, we would call, oh, you can't even see it. We would call this an array, and it is a 1 by 10. So you have one row and you have 10 columns. So we count columns 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And every row has the same amount. Therefore, the first factor is always 1 times 10. It's always 1 times that number. Then we look at possibly having a 2 as a factor. So can you make it another row and every, whoops, one fell on the floor. Every row has to have the same amount without anything left over. Otherwise, it doesn't go into a bigger number evenly. Factors must go into the bigger number evenly. So I have 2 rows and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 things in each row, which is the array. And then I tell kids that we need to look at this. The only other numbers we need to deal with are 3 and 4. So can I make a third row and it goes evenly? No, you cannot because you have 1 left over. Can you do 4 rows and it go evenly? No, you cannot. You have 2 left over. And then you get back to 5 rows of 2, but we already have 2 and 5 as a factor. So therefore, we are done. Some of the students have, like when we started, we went all the way down to the bottom, building our stuff. But technically, they don't have to do that because once you get there, the numbers just repeat. So there's no point to that. It wastes time, and we want to be efficient mathematicians with our time. Okay, so let's do a more complex one. Unfortunately, with this video and this chart thing here, you are not going to be able to see one row of 18. But our first factors are our first factors are 1 times the given number. And we started talking about prime and composite today. So if these are the only factors, then that number would be prime. But unfortunately, that is not. I can do 2 rows. Oh, sorry, I'm trying to go fast and my hands are not cooperating. They're kind of painful today. Okay. If I have 18 counters, it should be able to have an even array. Sorry. I don't even know. Am I still in the camera? Yes, barely. Okay, so if I move this over, somehow I did have it counted out right, and I put 1 over. Okay, hopefully I do have it counted out right. I'm just trying to go so fast. So I have 2 rows, and it does go evenly. Can you see the whole thing? No, you cannot. Can you see it now? Hopefully you can. So I have 2 rows, 1, 2, and how many columns does that make? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 2 times 9 does get us to 18. So there was nothing hanging over here left over, so we're good. Now we're going to see if 3 is a factor. So if you look at this, 2 and 9, all we're going to check then would be 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And then we would know. So I'm going to try a third row, and oh my goodness, look at that. It comes out evenly. So there's 3 is a factor. And if I look at this and count my columns, 3 times what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 3 times 6 works. And then now I've got 3 and 6, so I only have to test for 4 and 5. And hopefully we know that it won't go evenly with 4. And if we know our 5s, only 0s in the 1's place or 5 in the 1's place will go evenly with the 5th row. So we know that 5 would be 10, 15, or 20. You could never get to 18 with 5 rows going evenly. And therefore, you know you're done. And that's how we do the T-chart. Hopefully this makes sense, and I hope to post this to my YouTube so some of you families at home can work on that. Oh my goodness. I don't know if you could even see what I was doing. Oh dear heavens. And I tend to talk slowly, so if you need to speed this video up, please feel free. All right, thanks so much.